Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing, as always. And it's me, Joe, as always, and today I want to talk about Salem's Lot 2024, because this movie actually surprised me. Now, listen, I am a big fan of Stephen King, and I said this multiple times on this channel that I just really do love his work, and one of my favorite works from him is Salem's Lot. Alongside it, it's like, I love that book. I'm not the biggest reader, but I really do like Salem's Lot. And so when Warner Brothers announced that they would be essentially remaking the TV movie from the 1970s, I got really excited. And they filmed this movie all the way back in 2021, and the movie was supposed to release in theaters in 2022. However, that obviously never happened, which sucks, right? And then the movie got pushed, and it was sort of worrying because Warner Brothers, they really enjoy canceling movies, canceling finished movies. They canceled the Scooby-Doo Holiday Haunt. They canceled Bad Girl. They canceled Coyote vs. Acme, the live-action Looney Tunes movie. All finished movies, and they just canceled them for tax write-off. So, I was sort of worried that Salem's Lot 2024 might face a similar fate, pretty much, So I was really worried, but then in like April, we got the news basically that the movie would be coming out on Max in October, right? And in some regions, the movie actually went to theaters, like in the UK, Ireland, I believe. But most of the world got to see this movie, including me, on Max. And I gotta say, I'm so surprised that this movie is as good as it is. Because I gotta say, I was expecting sort of a train wreck, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Just because when it comes to, studios having the idea of putting a movie that was supposed to release in theaters and actually just put it on streaming, that's always really worrying. It happened with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot from 2022, which was a Lionsgate movie originally, and then they sold it to Netflix, and Netflix released it under the Netflix original label, right? So, and that movie was bad. I ain't even gonna lie, alright? It was awful. Like, as a slasher, it was fine, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 is just not a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, right? And so I was sort of worried that the quality of this movie just might not be up to par, and that it might be a genuine train wreck and a bad movie. And I'm so surprised, and I'm so glad to tell you that this movie is actually good. And you can tell that the budget just was sort of up there, just because everything looks really good. The cinematography is beautiful. The movie is shot just really well. The soundtrack is amazing, right? Everything is just so well done in this movie. Now, I'm not saying it's a masterpiece. It's not, alright? It has some flaws, it has some issues for sure, but having said that, it's also just a really enjoyable horror vampire movie, and we're just not getting too many great vampire horror movies. And so seeing a higher budget vampire horror movie from the world of Stephen King, from the mind of Stephen King, it's just very exciting, and this movie is genuinely really good. And it's surprising, because I was expecting a bad movie. I was expecting a movie that would just suck. But I got a movie that's actually scary. Now, it also is a little comedic. It has a comedic undertone to it, which personally I don't mind whatsoever. But because it also gets really scary, it's also R-rated, so there's definitely some gore, there's some blood in the movie. It's all very exciting, and it's all really very well done. Also the vampire designs, and the masks and everything, and the VFX work and all that. It looks beautiful. And again, it sort of makes sense because this was supposed to release in theaters only, right? So everything looks very polished, everything looks very pretty, the sets are gorgeous to look at, and everything just looks really good, and the vibe is just right, you know? So I'm, again, very surprised that this movie actually doesn't suck, and it's actually a decent time. It's not a perfect movie, it has some pacing issues, some people might have issue with the humor, and that's I completely understand that, by the way. But yeah, it was just a really enjoyable time, to be honest, and I really enjoyed the movie, and I thought that it was pretty decent. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about Salem's Lot 2024 if you've seen it. I want to know your thoughts. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care, and bye.